What's up, YouTube? We're back with another episode of What the Hell I Doing. Today, I've got a really cool explore for you guys. This house was built in 1880. It's a heritage designated house. The house I'm talking about, it's this big beauty behind me here, this Gothic Victorian house. I think this one's gonna be really cool to check out. I know it's been abandoned now for about 15 or so years. So I think we should just get right to it, walk around, and see what happened to this place. But before we do, just want to remind you all, if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers as my next goal. I need all of you to help me do it. We're almost at 1,800. We're getting there. So if you have not hit that button, please make sure you hit that like button and, of course, the subscribe button. All right, guys, so we're going to start this one outside real quick. This one's right off a major road, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to spend too much time out here, and there's not a whole bunch to see. This place is a beautiful, beautiful 1880 Gothic Victorian house that's been abandoned now for, I believe, 15 plus years. Now, I've driven by this place a million times. I never actually thought to check it. So today I did, and I'm glad I did. Looks like we're going to have a good one. So I'll show you this place a little closer up so you can see some of the finer details. It's an interesting grate there. There might have been some kind of a burner or something in the basement. Look at that brickwork above the windows. Absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to knock it, but the windows are modernized, unfortunately. This is a cool brick veranda of the house. This might have been an add-on. Let's take a look and see what it looks like. Oh, that's cool. I like those pillars going up. It's got a light in there, so it would have been a cool spot to hang out. And of course, it's got the windows on here for some shade and shelter from the heat and wind and everything and the weather. So that's pretty cool. This is south facing, and that's east facing, so this would have been beautiful in the mornings. Actually, even throughout the afternoon, if you were just sitting out here, let me show you guys the view. If you were sitting here, the sun would rise there. Throughout the day, it would go across here. So this would be a fantastic spot to sit, having your coffee and everything in the morning. Let me just turn the light on so you can see it better. Brickwork goes all the way around. It's very, very cool. And that's a beautiful front door. I don't think it's original to the house, but that front door, probably at least 50s or 60s with that woodwork. Very cool. All right, let's go around the side here and see what we can see. Look at those cathedral-like windows, the way the brickwork makes them look. Absolutely amazing. These trees here are pretty tall. What's around the side here? Well, it's just a look at the side of the house, I guess. Beautiful. That brickwork around the windows is just, it's amazing. It's phenomenal. Even the gingerbread decoration on up there. I love it. Now it's very overgrown, so this is all we're really going to be able to see. Looks like at some point there was a porch on the side. And I bet you this was an addition on the back. It's got a fireplace in there, it looks like, or a chimney or something. Very cool. Well, the chimney could have been for the heating of the house, actually. All right, we'll take a look at the other side. Again, just look at that woodwork up there, if you can see it. It's just phenomenal. It's a beautiful home in a beautiful area. Whoever lived here was lucky. That's that porch from over here. Gorgeous. Really nice looking house. See if I can show you guys the gingerbread up there. Absolutely stunning. Those windows are absolutely amazing. $1880. They certainly don't make things like they used to, do they? Look at these two windows. I'll just back up so you can see them. Yeah, that is just absolutely beautiful. Can't argue with that. And over here you got the original fieldstone foundation that's visible. Again, the brickwork around the window is just amazing. What a beautiful home. It's unfortunate it has to sit like this. A home of historic value like this. Someone should be living in it and enjoying it. We got another porch on the back here. Obviously this was the add-on we were looking at from the other side. And we even have that asphalt brickwork on the side there. So I bet you that's been there for a long time too. And this is their backyard. It's massive. Massive backyard. Let's take a look at the house from back here. Wow. All right, let's go inside. See what we can figure out about this place. Okay guys, we're gonna start this in the back room of the house. I think we'll just kind of work our way up and through the house and into the basement. As you can see, right away, this place isn't in the best of shape. There's a lot of mold. Ceiling is coming down. Got a lot of insulation on the floor. Even pieces of the original door here, which, well, at least not original door, but it's an old door. Somebody booted it in. Let's work our way into the house. Okay, so we got a bathroom here. I don't know how dated I would say this bathroom is. It's got the old linoleum floors, but those could be, ooh, it's got the turd. It's got the tub of turds. Wow. But yeah, I mean, these are probably 80s, maybe even 90s tiles. It's obviously been renovated. Got an old toilet here. I'm obligated to check. If it would say the brown bomber was here. That's gross. These cabinets are pretty old, maybe original to the house. Ooh, you've even got turds in the sink. Nothing in the medicine cabinet. Now I know this house is from 1880. So a lot of it may be original. And a lot of it may be renovated over the years. We'll try to figure that out. I'm sure you guys will point that out to me in the comments. So this is the kitchen here, just off the back of the house, and that's where the bathroom is, just off the kitchen. I always point out how I find that weird. They got a chair rail going around, but no wainscoting. It's a pretty small kitchen, really. You can see they've got somewhat modern outlets and light switches, so probably renovated in the 80s. Look at that trim going around the door. That's really thick. That's a sign of the age of the house. You don't see that anymore. And even there's the chair rail there. I like how they ran the phone line on top of the chair rail. Real classy. But this is interesting. It's a pretty basic old school kitchen. That's a cool little cabinet in the corner there beside the window. It's too bad the windows are boarded up, but one thing I'm noticing is this house has no damage really from vandals or graffiti, so that's nice. So they had a tile backsplash at some point, and they painted over it. That's why you don't paint over things that aren't supposed to be painted over. Eventually this will happen. But yeah, these are pretty old cupboards. Hardware looks pretty old. Obviously these are not original to the house. I would say these cupboards were probably put in the 50s, maybe the 60s. I mean, the hardware might be a little more modern, so actually as I open them up, this side here is more like 80s. Even down here. But these are different. These are more original to the house. So that's interesting. They've at least replaced a couple of doors and put more modern doors in their place. Because you can see the hinge work on these. It's very different. Even these ones. Well, that one's got child lock. But yeah, even these ones. It's very different. Interesting. So in here must have been the dining room. And this room has the original floors. Look at those big pine planks. Absolutely beautiful knotted pine. We know that Jamie loves that. An old dining room chandelier. You can see this place has been abandoned for quite some time. It's pretty dusty. Look at that retro wallpaper. Now the moldings here, this is more modern. Someone tried to mimic the look of the ones in the kitchen, but you can see these are two moldings put together. But this room does have a nice chair rail and wainscoting. Now again, it is unfortunate the windows are covered. These windows look like they're huge. From what I can tell so far, many of these windows have been modernized at some point, so we're not going to see that original farmhouse charm on the windows. Look at that cobweb. But yeah, it's a pretty nice dining room. I mean, the wallpaper gives it that country feel almost, doesn't it? But it's a fairly decent sized room for a family and some guests. And I really like those old school floors. Now up here we got another room. This could have been like a living room or an extension of the dining room. There is no chandelier, so it's probably more like a living space. Again, it's got those original floors. Windows are covered, but you can see that they had some cool trim around them at some point. But look at the height of the baseboards in here. Those baseboards are like 15 inches tall, which is pretty crazy. And the pine floor is buckling here. Obviously some water has made its way through. It's very distressed looking though. That's very cool. I know some people really like that look. Here's a melted turd. Well, look at these floors. So we're in the main hallway here. That's a massive floor grate, by the way. That's really cool. It's made out of wood too. They made it custom. But look at these floors. They're a little bit more modern than the other rooms. These are probably 50s or 60 floors, but I like the way they angled the floors to meet in the middle of the room. That's a nice big door with the window there. We saw the porch from outside earlier. And they've paneled the hallway in here. It's not that really tacky 70s stuff. It looks pretty good. And again, you got these moldings going around the doors. These are actually looking like they're doubled up. They're more modern than the house is, obviously. These are not from 1880. But they look good when they're stained like that, don't they? And of course, I've got to show you guys this. Look at these stairs. Now they got carpet, which is ugly. It looks like it's pink and gray. But that is a beautiful staircase. You guys know how much I love the farmhouse staircases. Okay, we'll check that out soon. So here they had linoleum under the carpet, which is kind of weird. Whoa. This is an interesting room. Very interesting wallpaper. I thought maybe it was sponge paint, but no, it's wallpaper. Yeah. Maybe somebody sponge painted over the wallpaper. But again, look at those baseboards. They're absolutely huge. And they did it right. They stained them. But yeah, I think they sponge paint over the wallpaper, which is interesting. This room's got some cool crown moldings too. But interestingly, they did build in some closets here in the corner. So this must have been converted to like a bedroom at some point, I would think. Those are like 70s or 80s sliding doors. Interesting. But you can see here, this is a nice solid door. It's got modernized hardware though. Over here we got another room. Look at that door. That's a solid door too. Look at that hardware. That is definitely from the 1800s. I believe I learned from Tommy or John that that kind of hardware was around from about 1880 to 1930. So that hardware is most likely original to the house. In here they've tiled the ceiling. And again, they've got the beautiful big moldings along the floors here. And that's another solid door, by the way. And it's got the same moldings as the other doors in this hallway so far. Interestingly, we got red and white tile on this floor before they carpeted it. And that's the stairs from the side. You can see it's been a while since anybody's lived here. Even that curved part there, that's pretty cool. You just don't see workmanship like that anymore. And we come over here. And that's the stairway to the basement, which will go last. And that's the entranceway to the kitchen from here, which we started at. So let's work our way up these stairs now. And they're covered in turds. But they are beautiful stairs. I love these farmhouse stairs. And it's got that pine paneling going all the way up too. Let's work our way up there. Railings are really short. Good God. Look at that. Got a little access panel there. So I'm willing to bet this pine work was done more recently. These moldings do look more recent. That's a fairly new window in there. It says, I can't see a date, might say 03. Look at these stairs though, absolutely beautiful. Let me just show you. Stunning. It's a beautiful railing. You can see the electricity here was an afterthought. And so was the smoke alarm up there. Crazy. Let's continue up. Okay, so we're on the top floor now. Like most of these places at the end of the hallway here, you got like a little linen closet. Again, they've got this paneling going all the way up. You see the plaster in there is not in good shape. But you know, considering how long this place has been empty, this house isn't that bad. This place has probably been empty for at least 15 years. That's a nice big bedroom. And again, it's got the beautiful shape of the roof in this room, which I've pointed out before. I love that. Again, we got these massive old moldings. And what's really cool, look at that furnace grate. You know, that's from the old days. Over here we have the original pine wood floors. Well, they might not be original, but they're old. Beautiful knotted pine. How could you cover that up with this carpet? But yeah, this is a beautiful room. It's a nice sized room. I love how it's got the shape of the roof showing through there. Again, those are modern windows. Unfortunately, most of them are modernized in this house. Okay, we'll go across the hall here. This is a big room too. And I got to point out the ceilings up here are really high. They're probably 11 feet. Maybe 10 feet. Again, that's another modern window, but it's an absolute huge beauty. And it's got some beautiful trim. Again, you got the shape of the roof. This house might have dormers. I have to look from outside again. But that might be what we're looking at there, that shape. And that's an old original door. I love those old doors. And it matches the side of the door, which doesn't open. And that's a little cute closet built into the room here. You see the trees out front are pretty overgrown too, which is cool. But yeah, this room also has the massive baseboards. And if you look, it's got an original door. That's a solid wood door. And it's got the old hardware. Well, can't move the door, but that's the old hardware there. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we'll check the room in front of the stairs here. It's another decent sized room. Again, the ceilings are really tall, so they add to the feeling of size of these rooms. We got a closet in here, kind of following the shape of the roof again. You got one here. This is the view outside from here. Very overgrown, beautiful fall day. And that's the old roof of this house, which you can see is in not so good a shape. But just like all the other rooms, it has the huge baseboards. It's got the original hardware on the door. You got another old air vent there. It's pretty cool. And this is the last room up here. Another decent sized bedroom again. Ceiling definitely makes it feel bigger. If a bed was in here, it'd be pretty much the whole room. Got another modernized window there. You got another original door here with the original hardware. You got a pretty cool looking closet right there. Small, but it'll do the job. And even though they use new windows, I like how they managed to use the old trim and keep that charm of the place. You can see somebody busted up the plaster there. And there's an attic access, which we're obviously not going to try. And that does it for up here. Let me show you guys these stairs from up here just one more time so you get an idea of how amazing they are. Just an amazing railing. If you look down, yeah, that's amazing. Look at all the turrets up here. I didn't show you that on the way up. I'm sure you saw it, but I didn't mention it. Look at that pile. Look at that one. Well, yeah, this is another look outside. That's that peak that we were looking at from the room over there. It's beautiful, man. What a beautiful house. Look at that cobweb. Oof. Okay, let's work our way to the basement and we'll wrap this one up. That's interesting. Yeah, the phone lines were just hastily hung everywhere here. I would hate that. Not in a house like this. Ooh, okay, so basement's looking a little dungeon-esque. I like this barnwood wall they got up here. That's cool. Looks like it was painted at one time and all the paint peeled off. Let's work our way down. Oh, wow. Look at that furnace. It's absolutely disintegrating. There must have been water down here at some point. Look at that. It's absolutely rotting away. Even the vents here. So look at that old tree beam support for the flooring. Looks like we had a water pressure tank here. Oh, wow. Where's this go? This is really creepy, guys. I don't know about you guys, but this is weird. Okay, so this room, interesting. Let's see if I can squeeze in. Oh, there's not much to see. So this is where all the water heaters, all that stuff was. You can see they got the fieldstone foundation, but they've reinforced it at some point. There's another water tank there. Look how old that timber is. Wow. Yeah, what a creepy little spot in the basement. Okay, let's go back through. Yeah, so over here is more signs of water damage. Look at the blower. It's all rusty and disintegrating. That's some definite original fieldstone foundation over here. Right here, it looks like they dug out the basement. Wow. Pretty cool. A little creepy down here, though, I'm not gonna lie. There's some more of the original foundation there. You see they plastered the ceiling. And of course, power was an afterthought when this place was built. Being built in 1880, they didn't have power then. So when they did get power, I guess this is where they built the wall and put the panels. Wow. That's nuts. And I think that's going to wrap this one up. All right, everybody, that's all the time we got for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this explore. It's pretty cool to see a place that was built in 1880 that's still in the kind of shape that this is today, even though you consider the fact that it's been abandoned now for at least 15 years. It's not vandalized, it's not tagged up. I'm really happy we got to do this one, and I hope you guys are too. If you agree with me, please make sure you hit that like button. And of course, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button there. Check out last week's video there. Check out the random video up there. And we'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for tuning in.